Hey guys, Tyler here from GarageWarrior.com, and today I want to talk about what macronutrient ratios do I recommend. Now before I go into these details real quick, I want you to know these are guidelines and everybody is going to be different. Examples are if you do tons of high intensity training, you're going to need more carbohydrates. If you do tons of low intensity training or you have hormone issues, you're going to need more fat. If you have certain health issues, you might want to take the protein back a little bit. So there's a bunch of different ways we can spin this, but for most people, these would be a good guideline to start from. And I divided up into three categories. Athlete, so if you're somebody who's kicking butt, taking names, you're already lean, you want to improve your performance. Normal, you're fairly lean, you're not fat, you're not freaking ripped to shreds, but you want to maybe improve your performance, improve your body composition. And obese, so you're fat, you're unhappy, you want to lose weight, and you'll do whatever it takes. So let's cover the athlete first, all right? So carbohydrates. And you guys might be surprised to hear me say this, but between 150 to 300 grams per day, if you're an athlete, if you're a professional athlete, if you're training for a living, it can go even higher than that because carbohydrates are high-intensity fuel and fuel for the brain. We want to make sure that we want to have adequate amounts of that when you're doing performance-based activities. For protein, 150 to 250 grams a day, that's going to be enough to supply you with your protein needs so you can continue to gain or keep the lean muscle mass that you've built as an athlete. And fat, you're going to see this big N/A, not applicable. Eat as much fat as you need. If you start gaining body fat, then you can either titrate back the carbohydrates or the fat depending on your training regimen. So for normal people, this is really my catch-all for most people and it works freaking really well. Okay, so 50 to 150 grams of carbohydrates per day. On days when you work out hard, make it closer to 150. On days when you don't work out so hard, make it closer to 50. It's that simple. Between 100 and 200 grams of protein per day, depending on how big you are. If you're a guy, aim for 150 to 200. If you're a woman, aim for 100 to 150. And then for fat, between 50 and 150 grams per day. And it's really simple. Eat less fat on days when you eat higher carbs, and eat more fat on days when you eat lower carbs. Finally, obese people. You got a lot of hormonal issues if your body fat is really high and you're totally obese. So I recommend, at least for a period of time, carbohydrates under 50 grams per day, usually with 1 day per week where we spike those carbohydrates back up and we prevent any negative things from happening. So under 50 grams per day with protein, the same as normal, so 100 to 200 grams. With men, 150 to 200, women, 100 to 150. And then fat is usually a little bit higher, usually between 100 and 150 grams per day. And of course, everything on here should be eaten with real high-quality foods. Those are my loose recommendations for what type of macronutrients I recommend for different types of people. If you guys like this video, click the like button right there. Otherwise, go to GarageWarrior.com for some more tips and tricks on how to live the warrior lifestyle. Thanks for watching.